Yes, Ghana for and then the NDC for the abebom de eche kure Ghana for and NDC for say omu pese omu boaboa abosom a omu okrom ho nyina no mo kan no mo ho bosom a waye powerful pa se be ya omu betima yusu omu de ayedai edu omu djuma Ghana for enye me wanwan se yewura John Dramani Mahama baaye wo be sisuma nkwa ahene eye afri ye ankra a wo se wo enkomhye ana se wo bibibia wo pese wo kafa yewura John Dramani Mahama ho bia no ayabra ye friend say baabi o mampanyina so ye ewo na wasisuma nkwa ahene wo ho no wo hwe no nka abosom niema ho nyina wo nyere ho nsem Ghana for ene de abebom ni se local government minister say yewura John Dramani Mahama te committee a omu be kan abosom rade nakopon Ghana for me wura ho omu be kan abosom a ewo krom hanom se be ya ombehu o mind be bia de obi a position de be ye de be ma abosom fo so se be ya so omu pese omu pe bosom ma na ye omu ade ama omu a ombehu bosom o ye de wo ye powerful na Ghana for wo de koto emra no wo ye friends say public account committee ni mo de sa asem yokoto omanim Ghana for na nkofo mu ho nyina ho aye de aduru wo wey ana Ghana jollof afaya NDC for Ghana for we yembe show Ghana jollof so onti ase ne asema yesi Ghana ye Christopher man de aka bosom sam de ade ne yewura John Dramani Mahama ene je ho sa na eye ne nwanwa na me yewura John Dramani Mahama ene NDC for emfa nyamesom nkata omani no mo ya bonsamfo papa bosom ne ma omani je ho papa Ghana for me ha me ho enye de krampo no message say channel ni the voice of NSawamtv say ne no first time I have video so now was subscribe to YouTube channel na dey ama me we no like no share no say comment notification beba na do say me aso say be ya anytime be a voice of some me di new video betu bia no won sa so betima dey akem Ghana for mo me yenye dey yen kwhwemra na ewie be dey ye bedi ho nkomo.
How many shrines do we have in Ghana now? How many have been registered? And you assured this house that you'll come back. So we are here to ask you, how many shrines are in Ghana? You have gone to check all the shrines and those that have been registered. So let us know. Inform the country how many shrines that we have, and those that have been registered legally, and those that have not been registered. Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Honorable Chair and Honorable Leader. Honorable Chair, the Minister of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs has set up a working group comprising officers from the Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, policy, planning, monitoring and evaluation, research, statistics and information management, directories, to create the database on shrines and other religious sites in the country. The exercise will be supported by the various regional coordinating councils. And Honorable Chair, this is simply because a shrine is not just one thing. Even as we sit here, if I want to count shrine, I need to be given the power. When I see you, I'll remove your shirt and know and check you and do what and do body check. So clearly it is not simple and straightforward. But when Dr. Kingsley Nyako asked it, it was misconstrued. People thought it was a jovial, something jovial, but it is a very sensitive, delicate, and important question. Simply because you go to certain communities, somebody will come there and say he has a shrine and may begin to be doing things. That is another form of a religion, but we are in charge of religion. So he said, Minister, don't you know or don't you think that you need to know records of mosque, churches, and the traditional African religion, as well as the shrines that we have in this country? This is the way we discuss it. When he asked the question, I came to approach him. So you could see that he has a good mindset. But the nature of shrines will have to be agreed on. That is why a committee with a multi-sectoral committee with expertise has been put in place. But a shrine can be a pen. It can be a photo, a picture. It can be anything. And these are spiritual issues. The lawyers may disagree with you. So we need to have a very firm foundation as to what a shrine is. Are we believing that it is only where a shrine that is house, or a shrine that is in the outskirts of the town, or a shrine that is in somebody's pocket, or a shrine that somebody wear before they wear their singlets? And even Parliament, we may need to agree that the question I asked, if you make it so vague, we may not be able to do.
Honorable Minister, he asks you a very simple question. If you ask how many churches are in Ghana, so you know you have the Catholic Church, you have the Pentecost Church, you have this. Then you have the one-man churches. So you'll be able to track all the one-man churches. Yeah. And know. The last time Rwanda said that they had established over 6,000 churches in Rwanda. Yeah. So in Ghana today, if someone were to ask you how many churches are in Ghana, you should be, as minister, you should be able to have an answer. And yes, I'm coming. But you should be able to have an answer. That in 2025, we had this number of churches. We have this number of shrines, and then the Muslim sects. We have at least I know 3 different groups. We have the Sunnis, we have Tijaniya, we have the Al-Sunnah. So we have the Shia. We are not asking the number of mosques, but we are asking the number. Then for the Catholics, you have Methodists, you have Presbyterian, you have this. Then you have the Charismatics. Virtually everybody will establish a church in his house and fill it with worshippers. So you have to count him. So you could have 10,000, you have 20,000. It's the same thing people are saying. When you go to every community, you have what we call the juju man. That's what he is asking. Yes. Where you will go and people will go and consult. People will go and consult. Not soothsayers. Soothsayers are different. No, I'm coming. People go and consult them and pay money to them. They do sacrifices and they tell you what it is. Soothsayers are different. That's why he's asking that the shrines that you have. So you go to different places, you have shrines. We have the traditional shrines for you to be able to distinguish. We have the traditional shrines of every tribe. And every family, they have their traditional shrines that are there, headed by the Tindana, the landowners, and they do the sacrifice. Then you have the Atigali, the Grumadier, you have the different ones. That's what he's asking you, that how many are in the country. So you go to Togo Hills, you go to that hill, how many are there? Because people worship them, people believe them. Some drama, you see people being possessed. So he's asking you how many are in Ghana. You are the minister in charge of all these people. How many are in Ghana? That's what he's asking.
The chairman, to simplify the matter to you, there was a fetish priest who was going to perform. And he has plenty shrines. He put all the shrines in a jute sack and boarded a commercial vehicle. So when they were going, not knowing, somebody along the roadside, somebody wanted to alight. He too had his luggage in a jute sack. So this man alighted, and not knowing when they were giving his load, it was these shrines in the jute sack they gave to him.
Minister, is it the deity or because the shrine cannot?
So
please let the minister finish.
So honorable chair,
I'm coming. Honorable members have
reservation.
They have no reservation, but they think that they are deities and they are shrines. Some are saying that, which is true, a shrine is a place of worship. So obviously that's what they are talking about, not the one you can put in your pocket, not the talisman that you wear, they wear under their waist. They are talking of place of worship.
So Mr. Chair, this fetish priest got to his final destination and said they should give him his sack. And when they searched and they could not see it, they said, hey, man, God is mixing. So everybody, and that day, that fetish priest since then has not been able to locate where this jute sack can be located. So he was rendered powerless because his God was taken to give to somebody. Maybe it's you. Sit here. So, Honorable Chair, that is on the lighter side. But on a very serious note, that is why I said we need to agree with this, with the House, with the Parliament, like this simple directive you've given to me. If that is the case, it's a matter of just writing a letter to the MMDCs in the 261, a shrine that is housed or recognized shrine in your district. And Honorable Chair, within 1 week, they may be able to give me the numbers. But we were believing that somebody's shrine, because these are spiritual things, somebody's shrine may be a picture. Somebody may be some words written on a paper that is being recited. Different types. But once it's agreed.
Honorable Minister, give to this committee, before we put our report,
the number of shrines.
When it comes to traditional worship places, place of worship, the traditional worship places.
Okay.
What we call place of worship, the traditional ones. That's some will call it shrine, whatever. Then it's identifiable.
Traditional place of worship.
Then they will come to the Christianity, the number of different groups of people, the different types of churches that you have. Then after I think the Islamic, there are about 3 or 4 or something. So it's very easy to be able to do that. Are you able to do that for us?
Honorable Chair, my house, for instance, I have a chapel there.
That's not what I'm talking.
Then,
you, for example,
that's what I'm going.
Not church building. I'm not talking about church building.
Every world.
No, listen to me, Honorable Minister.
You
are a Presbyterian, is that right?
I'm a Pentecostal.
Pentecostal. So, Church of Pentecost. I am a Catholic. I may have about 100 Catholic churches in my village. That's not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I am a Catholic.
Yes.
So we have Catholic Church.
Okay.
We have Methodist Church.
Correct.
We have Apostolic Church.
Yes.
We have Christ the King. Latter days. These are the type I'm talking about. Then when you come to the charismatics, this revival, somebody has a revival, what is there? This have Jesus Christ of something, food to eat is there. This, that is there. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Honorable Chair, you are right. But where I was coming, he asked how many mosques. So the most I couldn't.
You can't, because the Muslim sects are there. There are not many.
There are not many.
So you don't need to count the number of mosques. We don't want that.
Precisely. And every prominent Muslim has a mosque in their houses.
No, that's not what we are looking for.
Thank you very much.
We are just looking. The Muslim sects are like 4 or 5. We know. So that's one we know.
Then on the churches too, because of the legal regime that we practice and what happened when the PNDC law was being enacted, because of that, when they are registering the churches, you go to the Registrar General. I've been there on 2 occasions. They don't have official churches registered as churches in the Registrar General Department. And that was our greatest challenge. Because if you have a church, it's a matter of going to the Registrar General to establish it. But because some of them are registered as convention houses, and globally, because of the persecution of Christians, most regimes and countries don't register the churches legally as churches. So counting them, that was the problem. But once you have simplified it, we have the bodies. We have the Ghana Pentecostal and Charismatic churches. So if we write a letter to them, they should be able to give us. Then we have the Catholic Bishop Conference. Then we have the Christian Council of Ghana. We write to them. If we write to them and they give us, other than that, we may have to do a census of churches and mosques, which may be too cumbersome, time-consuming, and resource, and very costly.
All right.
So once you've given us this template, and if it is clear to me, we should write to the Christian bodies, and they should give us the numbers, and we bring it to you. Is that accepted?
Yes,
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Honorable.
Yes, Ghana for mo here nyansa wom. Ai, say e be boa aboso. Ghana for we dey nyansa wom a comment section wonom mami hu. Ana ade ade kra na NDC for mo de beye. Ade e benefit no mo de beye dey. Omo benya free so. Ana o meju omo to. I don't know minim etimi se wonim de ntia omo say ombe boabo abosom bate committee a ye be boabo abosomfo ano na say bosom e wo krom ano ye be boabo wano so onim de nti om yes a message was a comment section honom ma fa hye ho ai men feed the minister neka wo adwen na mpese bi hu de nti om yes a e bia na ewiem wo mu ana mo de be ye o ma de omu ne nim de nti om be dey e be kan se wunim a message was a comment section honom fa hye ho ma me uwia no wa like ama me say de abebom de atwe akuri yewura John Dramani Mahama say or be kan krom anu abosom na me nim abosom okay e bia na kwakubu nsam ene be ye committee no e chairman dia eti kana for mo nhye mo bibia nsanka bi ma me da ase